Good afternoon. This is Mrs. Billich. I am doing the classwork for Thursday, September 17th. Today, for reading, we jumped right into writing. We worked on our graphic organizers for our personal narratives on our objects of comfort. Those students who had already done their graphic organizers on their objects of comfort correctly had gone straight to their good copies of their personal narratives. Students who either didn't quite understand and had to redo them or hadn't started them at all had to work on them. There are still several students who need to work on them. So again, there's an example that I did myself of my object of comfort. My object of comfort is a stuffed bear that's made from two of my dad's old shirts. The graphic organizer looks like this. The first page asks the who, where, and when about their object of comfort. And then the second page asks them details about their object of comfort. And it mostly goes by their sensory images. What did they smell when they got it? Or perhaps it was when they lost it or when something happened to it. I wrote down, because I got it a month after my father had died, when we were over my sister's house for brunch. I said I saw my mother's face and her tears, and my sister's bear was also there, and my mother's bear. And we heard my boys running around screaming around the house, and my sister's girls doing the same. And we smelled all the brunch food. And so these are details that I might include in my good copy. And then in the third part of the graphic organizer, your students are supposed to try to flesh out the beginning, middle, and the end of their graphic organizer. And it looks like this. There's a attention-grabbing introduction. What happened first in the beginning, what happened next in the middle, and what happened in the end, and then a closing where they explain why this memory about their object of comfort is so important or memorable. Now, this is the graphic organizer that they filled out, and then they're supposed to move on to a good copy. This is what we worked on for reading. If they moved on to the good copy, it was right underneath. After that, in class, we did this social studies quiz. Everybody was able to take the quiz, and it was graded immediately. So feel free to check your students' grade. It's available right in their email and also in their grades. For math, we chugged right along to the 7th lesson in chapter 1, which is using doubles to subtract. I sent out on talking points, there were 6 students out of the 16 who still did not, by the end of the day, finish their math classwork. But that left 16 who did. It was 2 pages, looked like this. And again, just using our doubles facts to subtract. And it was relatively easy because, of course, the second number in the subtraction problem is the doubles fact. So you really just had to repeat that number and you got your answer, which is called the difference in a subtraction problem. So It was a really easy homework and probably should have been done in a couple of minutes. And then they went on to afternoon work. I sent out a couple of talking points because, once again, there were some students who still didn't get the ReadWorks assignment finished. We have the same thing for the afternoon every day. I'm going to see whether or not it's still not understood how that works. If you're still not sure, I do these videos every day, but I'm not going to be able to keep doing them over and over again. So please take a look at them. I have the afternoon work video right here. Here's the Read Theory login. Here's all your personal logins. Here's the Khan Academy link. Here's all your personal Khan Academy logins. Here's the new link for IXL. And here's all the IXL logins. It's enough work in the afternoon after your students have finished the classwork for the day that it should take your student up to the end of the day, which is officially 3:20. If your student hasn't finished this work by 3:20, they should log off anyway. But by 3:20, they should absolutely have finished their classwork assignments, which is their math, their social studies, their English language arts, and the ReadWorks assignment. Don't forget that there are 6 articles that are due in the ReadWorks article a day series, and that is also listed in the afternoon. That was the ReadWorks Amazing Animals, and that's right there under afternoon work. At least 6 articles need to be read by the end of tomorrow. Looks like 14 students have already turned that in, which means they've already read at least 6 articles, if not more. There are a total of 10 available, and written at least one thing that they've learned from each article in the book of knowledge. 8 students either aren't done all 6 or have not yet started. It's Friday tomorrow, so I hope that that is not the case. Please make sure that you have seen these resources. They've been available this whole time. Our schedule, the calendar, which shows what times we go to lunch and to each class and when we have break, that's always been available. I sent it out both by email and by talking points today. Because we have some students who ask every single day when we go to lunch, when we have break. Please make sure, even if you don't have a printer, just that they write down those things so that we can move on a little bit quicker during the day. Our attendance policy and our parent-student handbook. These are always available to you, so if you didn't know, hopefully you do know now. Have a wonderful night